morning. My name is Aseye. I'm a sophomore here at the University of Pennsylvania, and today we're going to be doing a campus tour where I show you some of my favorite parts on campus. Let's get started. Penn has 3 high-rise for upperclassmen housing. This one is Harnwell. We have Harrison over here, and then behind me on this side is Roden. Campus is so beautiful, especially throughout the summer and the spring where there's so many squirrels. You'll see squirrels like this one all over campus. This is our 1920 Commons, which has a Starbucks inside, our grocery store, as well as our traditional dining hall. And there's also plenty of seating both inside and outside for students to study. And you'll often see students over here doing work right outside of Harnwell College House. Inside Commons, we have our grocery store, which is closed for summer, as well as some indoor study spots, which of course is not very busy since students aren't studying here very much over the summer. Now we're heading down Locust Walk, which is the street that extends all throughout campus. Right now, we are outside Huntsman Hall, which is very, very famous. It's home to our Wharton School, as well as a couple other buildings, but it's definitely a spot that I want to highlight. Continuing down Locust, there is so much tree covering, and it's definitely the most beautiful walk to and from campus. During the winter, it's especially gorgeous with all the snow covering all the buildings, and it's definitely a spot that you can't miss when you come to Penn. This down here is the compass, which is very, very famous for Penn students. It's a little bit taboo to walk across the compass, so it's definitely important to not walk on it, especially if you want to pass your first set of finals. Locust Walk is home to a lot of buildings on campus, not just academic buildings, but also our fraternity and sorority houses, our alumni houses, as well as some other intercultural groups that meet on campus have their houses here on Locust Walk. As a communications major, I spent a lot of time in this building, which is our Annenberg School for Communications. It is gorgeous inside and out with floor-to-ceiling windows, and it's definitely a beautiful spot to come study even if you're not a comms major. I think looking at all the plants on campus is so beautiful. These trees are one of my favorite parts about coming to Annenberg. I think they just look so cool. This area behind the Annenberg building is one of my favorite secret spots to come study. I think it's just so pretty how the sun comes through the trees, and it's just a really pretty green area. What's funny is that as a member of the Ivy League, we have so much ivy growing on a lot of our buildings, and I think it just makes it so beautiful and adds so much character to our beautiful campus. Here we have the Arch, which hosts a lot of our cultural groups on campus, including our Latina House, the Black Cultural Center, Natives at Penn, and the Pan Asian American Community House. This is the front side of the Arch, which is definitely one of the most classic buildings we have on campus. It's really beautiful. One thing that I love about campus is the mix of type of buildings we have, including Castle, which is one of our fraternity houses here on campus. This hidden area tucked right next to Fisher Library is my favorite spot to eat a quick lunch before heading to class if I need some peace and quiet. One thing about Penn is that we love our statues. Behind me you can see the broken button, and I'm actually right in front of the very famous Benjamin Franklin statue. One of the reasons this is such a notable spot on campus is because during midterm season, it's a freshman year tradition for all of the freshmen to come here at midnight and do what we call an econ scream, which is literally where we scream as loud as we can right at midnight. And it's such a fun tradition. Behind the button, we have Van Pelt Library, which is our biggest on-campus library, including recording studios, photo studios, as well as a really beautiful open reading room, which we'll actually get to see in just a second. We're currently on the 5th floor of Van Pelt Library, and behind me is one of Penn's conservation labs, which is the coolest thing ever. The fact that we're in a library right now is so awesome. Of course we can't go in, but it's cool to have a little sneak peek of all the things Penn has to offer for their students. Now we're here in front of College Hall, which is my personal favorite building on campus. It's got this really cool green stone that I'm obsessed with, and you'll definitely see a lot of students coming here to take grad photos. We have College Hall behind me, we have the Penn crest on this side, and we have Houston Hall right behind me. Houston Hall is home to Houston Market, which is our food court style dining option. There's also so many fun games in there, board games, video games, there's pool, there's ping pong tables, so definitely a super busy spot during the school year. There's always so much wildlife on campus, which is honestly so cool to experience, especially being in the heart of a big city like Philly. If you've ever toured Penn, you definitely come to this building, which is our visitor center. This is where we have our admissions tours. There's also a lot of offices and buildings in here, but we don't really go to the top floors. Right now, I'm in front of the Quad, which is definitely one of the most iconic spots on campus. If you look up pictures of the University of Pennsylvania, you'll definitely see this view. The Quad is home to 4 freshman college houses, which is obviously only freshmen. There's also a little dining hall in there called McClelland, and they only serve sushi, ramen, and dumplings. To end off our tour, we're heading into the bookstore, which is a huge, sprawling 2-story building that houses our Starbucks, a place where you get your student ID, as well as a lot of merchandise, books, bedding, etc. This is where we're going to end off today's tour, but if there's one thing that I would say that every student looking at Penn should take away, it's that Penn's campus is its own campus within a city. And I think that's definitely one of the things I really looked for when I came to Penn, and honestly something that I really appreciate now being a student. Additionally, the food scene in Philly is absolutely amazing, and it's really nice being able to engage in a city as well as have your own personal community here at Penn. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope this tour was really helpful for you. Bye!